Hello, I'm going to show you how to create a pie chart within Excel. Now, to produce a pie chart, especially if I have data like this, we can't just highlight over the whole set of data because that's really just too much for a pie chart to cope with. If you want to produce a pie chart of all of this data and you wanted to see quarter 1, 2, 3 and 4 per the staff member, you would have to do a separate pie for quarter 1, a separate pie for 2, 3 and 4. Reason for that is a pie chart is only capable of representing data that goes in one direction, and this data goes both across and it goes down. So let me show you what I mean by that. If I were to produce a pie graph of quarter 1, I would highlight this, and when you go to highlight data, you're aiming for data on the left that describes the segment of the pie, data on the right that tells me how big or small the segment of the pie is. Now, if you need to do this horizontally, we would drag it like this. So the information at the top would be telling me what the segment of the pie is called. The information at the bottom is telling me how big or small the segment is. So let's go back to this way. So let's go vertical. So if I drag like that, I go to Insert, pop the pie chart option down, and pick the pie chart that you want to go for. Now, there is also this donut chart, and that's just a kind of like a polo, I suppose. It's a pie chart with a hole in it, like a donut. So once I'm ready, click onto that pie, and there you go. There's quarter 1. Now zoom out ever so slightly. I'm going to move this down here. If I want to have quarter 2, and this is a bit fiddly, I drag over name down to the last name. I then hold the control key down, drag from, in this case, quarter 2 down to here. Can you see it maintains both selections? And the reason why I use the control key is so it actually keeps the selection of the name. But we're back in the same boat here. We've got something on the left that tells us what the segment's called, and then something on the right that tells us how big or small the segment actually is. So now, insert at the top, I go to the pie, I pick the pie I want to go for, and then click. And can you see I can just position it wherever I want it to go? So the thing with pie charts is they're a bit more faffy to produce multiple sets of data with, and they do take up more space. But if you give that pie chart to most people, they're pretty much going to understand it, because the thing with a pie is it looks a bit like a cake or a pizza, and pretty much everyone's had some experience of cutting a cake or a pizza, so they are very accessible when it comes to displaying your data. So that's how to create a pie chart within Excel.